Every night at 8 p.m. here in downtown Los Angeles, people open their windows or they step out onto their balconies and they cheer their support for our healthcare workers. It's beautiful to watch because people will go out and they'll bang their pots and pans or they'll clap really loud or they'll cheer, say yay for our healthcare workers because these are the people who are in the front line who are caring for us. And so for today's video, I wanted to just take a moment to express my deep gratitude and to have a collective space for all of us to share our deep thanks for all of these people who are caring for us. So these are the people in the hospitals and the clinics. They're the nurses, the doctors, the medical technicians, the people who register you when you go to the hospital. They're the custodial staff who wipe down the equipment and clean the rooms to make sure that they're safe. There are emergency service workers, the people who transport us to the hospital when we need to. All of these people are doing whatever they can to support us. And there are people who are inspiring, who are showing their gratitude in so many ways, in gratitude for our healthcare workers. And so I wanted to share with you just a few of these because if any of them inspire you to move to act, or if you have an idea, please show your gratitude for our people on the front line. I know that I've heard stories of people going to our local restaurants where they're buying up tons of meals or tons of food and then bringing them over to these hospitals and clinics to make sure that people are fed. I've heard of people making masks and building personal protective equipment where there are those places that don't have enough of those. You know, fortunately, Richard and I were able to find a place that actually was still selling surgical masks, and we ended up buying a bunch of them and bringing them over and donating them to a doctor friend of ours who works at a clinic where they didn't have any masks available to them. I hear of hotels and motels who are donating their rooms for healthcare workers to stay in because many of people are afraid to go home and potentially infect their loved ones with COVID-19. I've also heard of stories of people with recreational vehicles, RVs, those huge vehicles that people would take on camping trips, and then lending them to healthcare workers so that they could actually have a place to stay, park it in front of their house, so at least their loved ones could talk to them through the window of the RV. And then I'm hearing stories of hospital and healthcare workers themselves who are donating and volunteering their time by moving from one area of the country or region and traveling to the hotspots to help ease the burden that many of our cities and regions are facing right now. And so with all of this, I just want to say huge thank you. Thank you to all of our healthcare workers and thank you to all of you who are supporting them because everybody is under so much stress right now that anything that we can do to help, I think, is greatly needed and appreciated. And so if there's anything that you want to do or say to give thanks, go ahead and put it in the comments below. Express your own gratitude. And if you're hearing of any other ideas that people are doing, please share them because I think we could use some collective hive mind activity to see what are people doing to show our support and ways that we could be of service in this time period. And if you're wondering who I am and you're watching this video, my name is Joselito Ladencia, and I'm a spiritual life coach. And I believe that at any moment of our life, and no matter to what degree, we can be of service ourselves. That's why I'm sharing this video in the spirit of that service. And if there's one thing that any of us can do, if we can, it's to continue to physically distance ourselves and stay at home, because that in itself is a great act of service in this time period. With that, thank you for watching this video and abundant blessings and namaste and be well.